Coming up on Mountain News this morning, 2 National Guardsmen were shot at our nation's capital. And the search continues for a Wise County, Virginia high school football coach.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm McKinley Calandrino here with you on this Thanksgiving Thursday, November 27th. The time is now 5 a.m. Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Megan Desmall for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, happy Thanksgiving. What can you tell us? What can we expect for today?
Well, happy Thanksgiving to you as well, McKinley. And on your Thanksgiving, the main thing that you'll need to be worrying about are those chilly temperatures. Good thing is most folks are staying inside, cooking up the meals and eating your dinner. But in terms of what you need to know, if you are still leaving, really just a mixture of the mid-30s this morning, 36 in Boonville, 34 in Manchester, 32 in Jonesville. And as we look towards this afternoon, not going to see too much improvements as high temperatures will only be in the low 40s. Between about 39 to 43 degrees is our temperature range for most of eastern Kentucky, with the exception of Wise at 36 degrees. Now, in terms of what we'll be seeing in the clouds, a little bit of some clouds this morning, but as we head into the afternoon, we'll be looking nice and sunny, so not too bad of a forecast as you're rounding out the day. McKinley.
All right, thank you, Megan. The search for answers is underway after a gunman opened fire, critically wounding 2 National Guard members in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. President Trump described it as a monstrous ambush-style attack and is vowing to bring the person responsible to swift and certain justice. Multiple law enforcement officers say the suspect, an Afghan national, has been taken into custody and is not cooperating with authorities. He is believed to have acted alone. CBS News' Michael George has more from New York.
This heinous assault was an act of evil, an act of hatred, and an act of terror.
President Trump says the suspect responsible for shooting 2 National Guard members in Washington, D.C. Wednesday will pay the steepest possible price.
We will make America totally safe again, and we will bring the perpetrator of this barbaric attack to swift and certain justice.
The ambush-style attack on the 2 National Guard members, both from West Virginia, happened shortly after 2 p.m., just blocks away from the White House, outside of a metro train station.
The suspect came around the corner, raised his arm with a firearm and discharged it at the National Guard members.
Multiple sources tell CBS News a 3rd uninjured National Guard member shot back at the gunman, hitting him and ending the attack.
We heard rapid gunshots.
Witness Michael Ryan described the scene after the suspect was subdued before being taken into custody.
They had a person pinned on the ground yelling at him to stay down.
Law enforcement officials say the lone suspect, identified as 29-year-old Afghan national Ramanullah Lakhanwal, is believed to have entered the U.S. in 2021. In the wake of the shooting, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said hundreds more National Guard troops will be deployed to D.C.
We will never back down. We will secure our capital. We will secure our cities.
The FBI is leading the investigation into the ambush. Michael George, CBS News.
President Trump says the suspect may have entered the U.S. in 2021 through an evacuation flight after the chaotic U.S. military pullout from Afghanistan under the previous Biden administration. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services now says it has stopped processing all immigration applications filed by Afghan nationals, pending further review of security and vetting protocols. Afghan Evac, a nonprofit group that assists evacuees from Afghanistan, released a statement condemning the attack, adding, quote, "This individual's isolated and violent act should not be used as an excuse to define or diminish an entire community." And the search continues for a Wise County, Virginia high school football coach who is now the target of a child pornography investigation. Virginia State Police have issued 10 warrants for the arrest of Union High School football coach Travis Turner. The 46-year-old has been missing since last Thursday when agents went to his home to question him. In a statement released through their attorney, Turner's family said, quote, "We remain prayerful that his safe return and for everyone affected by the circumstances surrounding his disappearance. And in West Virginia, a police chase ended with one person taken into custody and a state police cruiser being struck. It happened in Kewanna County yesterday morning. The chase started near an elementary school in Charleston and finished in the Marmot area. Charleston police stated the pursuit, but it was later taken over by Virginia State Police. One of the West Virginia State Police cruisers was struck. The name of the person arrested was not released. A Southern Kentucky man who was badly injured in a hit and run says he's making a lot of progress. We spoke to Cody Cahall yesterday morning. The Casey County young man was challenging a tire on the Cumberland Parkway in Pulaski County last month when someone struck him and took off. He spent weeks in the hospital with numerous injuries. He's made a lot of improvements but has a long road to go. Cahall tells us he's extremely thankful for many people who are helping him.
I appreciate all the medical teams, the first responders, and all the nurses that have taken care of me throughout all this. I really appreciate them letting us hold the benefit at the fire hall. That was really nice of them to do for me and my family.
Cahall says he's undergoing physical therapy but is optimistic he will make a full recovery. He says he really wants to work and wants to support his family. State police are investigating the crash and still looking for the driver that hit him. A group of lawmakers on Capitol Hill say the National Flood Insurance Program is increasingly at risk. This leaves homeowners unable to protect their house from disaster and unable to sell. The National Flood Insurance Program has been consistently tied to most federal funding, but lawmakers argue that has become too risky as government shutdowns are becoming more common. They believe flood insurance funding should stand on its own.
So many people in the country that need their flood insurance. People are buying homes that are in the areas that are prone to flooding.
Mortgage companies can't finance homes. People can't buy a house. Major developments can't be done where flood insurance is needed because no lender is going to loan you money without flood insurance.
The two lawmakers are working to extend the program through the end of 2026, which would leave it protected in the event of another government shutdown. While the SNAP program was in the spotlight as benefits were withheld during the government shutdown, the pain for recipients may just be beginning. President Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill has changed who's eligible to receive SNAP funding, expanding work requirements, removing exemptions for veterans and homeless, and shifting more of the cost to states. The cuts were supposed to go into effect November 1st, but the lingering government shutdown pushed the pain off until now.
Here's the problem. We got a lot of people out there that are on it. They shouldn't be on it.
Disabled individuals, veterans, elderly people, all who at one time may have been exempt from these work provisions, no more. So we're going to see devastating cuts in our community.
According to the Office of Budget and Management, the SNAP cuts would eliminate around $187 billion in food assistance during the next decade. Thanks for getting your day started here with us on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, meet some runners who share a common bond, caring about someone with a rare genetic disorder.
And do you have Thanksgiving plans? I'll tell you what you can expect in the weather coming up.